So here we have a bunch of figures to create another figure. And here is a problem, a math problem. If one blue piece equals 1/2, find the whole value of the whole figure. So here I already have it set up. Here we have one green triangle, one parallelogram that's blue, one trapezoid that's red, and one hexagon that's yellow. Some of these shapes actually create other shapes. For example, I have this blue parallelogram with two triangles. It creates another parallelogram, where one triangle and one blue parallelogram creates a trapezoid. So the problem is we want to find the whole figure. So here's my paper to show my work. So I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay, so how do you figure out each shape? The value of each shape?
So you would figure out each shape. You start with figuring out one piece of the shape. And since every shape...
Why'd you start with that shape?
Oh, I started with that shape. Well, it was just a random shape, and I started with this shape because this shape we already know, this piece.
Okay, because that info is given in the problem.
Mm-hmm.
What do we know about that shape?
If this shape wasn't here, I couldn't solve this problem.
Okay, so based on that shape, what do we know?
We know that one of these equals 1/2. So we have three of these. So 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2.
Okay, so each shape that's the blue parallelogram is 1/2 because that's given. And so total, because there's three of those blues,
would equal 1 and 1/2.
Okay, so what are you going to do next?
So next, you can find out a piece that is separate to it that is a fraction of this fraction of the figure. So we know that, see, you can fit another one of these figures onto it. So we know that one of these, based on this, would equal 1/2. So if this equals 1/2, and this is a half of it, that would equal 1/4. So we have three of these, so it would equal 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4.
So the green triangle value is 1/4?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because this, if you put the green cubes of green triangles on it, there are two of them, and this is one. So we know this is half. We can split it, split the half, which would equal quarters.
Okay, because two of those greens equals the same as one blue.
But we're only testing one green, so.
Okay. So one green is 1/4.
One green is 1/4. So 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4.
Because there's three in the total figure, three triangles.
Would equal 3/4. So the next piece that we need to find is the red trapezoid. So we know that the blue parallelogram equals 1/2, and the green triangle equals 1/4. If you add them together, it equals a trapezoid, just like the red trapezoid. So we know that the blue parallelogram is 1/2, and the triangle is 1/4. So 1/2 plus 1/4 equals 3/4.
How do you know
To make it easier, you can also do simple, make it equivalent. So 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4.
So 2/4 plus 1/4 is where you're getting the 3/4?
Yes.
Okay.
And since there's three of them, you have to do 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 equals 2 and 1/4.
Where are you getting the 2 and 1/4 from?
Because one of these equals 3/4. So we have to do 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4. So 3/4 plus 3/4 equals 1 1/2. So, and plus another 3/4 equals 2 1/2.
Okay.
1/4. So the next piece that we're going to find is the big hexagon. So we know that one of these equals 3/4. So if you fit it like this, and you fit another one of these, it equals
Let me see.
3/4 plus 3/4 equals 1 1/2.
So those are the same?
Yes. So the big hexagon equals 1 1/2. Since there's only one of them, we don't need to add anything up. So we have to add all of these pieces together. So we know all of the green triangles equals 3/4. All of the blue parallelograms equals 1 1/2. All of the red trapezoids equals 2 1/4. 1 plus 2 1/4. And we know the big hexagon equals 1 1/2. So now, since they're not all equivalent, we need to simplify some. Some of these are fourths, so I think we should change them to fourths. So 1 1/2 is equal to 1 2/4. And since we have another 1 1/2, it's another 1 2/4. So now, when we add them all up, 1 2 2/4 plus 1 2/4 plus 1 2/4 equals 3. So we have 3 so far. So we have to add 2 1/4 plus 3/4 equals 3. So 3 plus 3 equals 6. So we know the whole figure of this is equal to 6.
Nice work.
Bye, guys.
Okay, so the value of this figure, this shape, was 6. Using the same values you calculated for each shape, I want you to create a new figure that has a value of 4 1/2.
Okay, so 4 1/2. These we all know, so all we have to do is make a figure
So,
that is 4 1/2.
okay, make a figure over here that's any figure whose total value is going to be 4 1/2.
So if we combine 2 of these, it would equal 1.
Okay, so far you have 1.
But if we also combine this, and we combine this, it would also equal 1. So I'm going to start with
So then you'd have 2 total.
something like this.
What do you have so far in terms of value?
In terms of value, right now I have, with all the figures, it would be 1 1/2 plus, this is 1 whole, so 2 1/2 plus another is 3 1/2.
Okay, so
So
you
our
have 3
target
1/2
is, we just need one more to make our target.
to make 4 1/2 total. So you have 3 1/2 total. I mean, so far.
This is 4 1/2.
The challenge at the end allows for student choice and creativity. The possibilities are endless for a student to create a new figure that has a value of 4.5.